success is subjective. You know, what successful to me is different from you, is different from anyone else. You know, depending on your profession, where you're from. So there's so many ideas of success, but I don't think there's any tangible definition that could actually relate to every single person.
It's situational. And at this point in my life, I think I'm very successful because for the situation in terms of what I want and what I desire, I have. And that way I'm successful. I'm not going to let someone else's definition define me or define what I want.
I had my first starter kind of DJ setup, and previously I had played some guitar and some piano as a younger child, but took a break. Then I got these CD controllers and started mixing this music up, and started really liking it. Started off with rap and hip hop and R&B stuff, and really just kind of enjoying there, putting my headphones on in the basement and playing with music, and mixing songs together, making mashups, and just enjoying it for myself, my own gratification. Then I met a couple key people in high school who were a bit older, who had these opportunities of playing locally at clubs and events, who had given me an opportunity. And once I got that first real DJ gig, I had made it like I told myself that no matter what, I will end up making music for the rest of my life.
In the past, for me, success always meant that if I was successful, I knew that, hey, I was doing something with my life, I was being productive, earning, of course, lots of money, doing well in terms of my bonuses, and that really changed after my cancer diagnosis. So I got the three-letter words from my doctor, you have cancer, and then after going through treatment, and going and seeing, meeting different people who were going through cancer, I really redefined for myself what success looked like. Full day exam, just lying on the table, and they had to do ultrasound, they had to do an MRI, and you just sit there, and it's a very lonely experience. It's lonely, but at the same time, because it was a teaching hospital, I also had lots of students come in. It was neat. As I was lying there just thinking, what am I doing with my life, by myself for long periods of time, and here you had all these students come in, and I watched the older doctors, the doctors with more experience, spend time not just telling these medical residents what to do, but asking them those Socratic-like questions to get them thinking and to really help guide them, but help them learn throughout this experience. And it really hit me that that could be one way that I could give back.
It's a great feeling working with artists who really care about their own music, who really have a desire and a push to be something great also. So to be able to back them up, and when you believe in their music, it's a great feeling, but also it's a mutual feeling. They're working hard to record their music or to produce their music and push themselves. So you really complement each other. I wouldn't think like I'm helping them or they're helping me. It's more of a partnership in my eyes.
Came home early one night, after being in hospital for several days, unannounced. I thought I'd surprise my partner at the time with a, hello, I'm home from the hospital after being there for a while, and came home and found him with someone else in our bed. The relationship's over. What am I going to do with my life? I have no idea. Do I even want to go back to work at the hospital? And I, at that time, did not want to, so I took a package, but I had already had this pre-scheduled conference in Toronto to speak at. And it was the first time in maybe a week, I guess, that I got myself out of bed, showered, put on a nice suit, and made my way to Toronto and spoke at this conference. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to allow what's happening, put on that happy face, whatever. And once you know it, that's when I found out about opportunities in Tokyo and was offered, hey, would you ever be interested in going to teach in Tokyo? Why not? So I just did it. Was it a mistake? No. The people I met, experiences I got to get, I would have never had that opportunity had I not decided to pull myself out of bed, put my big boy pants on, and go see the world.
People that bring you down, talk bad about you, don't believe in you, people that might be close to you will bring you down, who will turn away from you. When I moved away from Ontario, I had very close friends at the time and some family members telling me that I was abandoning them. Definitely hits hard, especially when you care about those people.
And do you feel bad about just pulling yourself away from that seemingly negative environment?
I feel as though everyone in life is on a path. It's different from one another, from your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your best friend, people you meet. For someone to be sorry for making a decision to better themselves that they feel is what they need in life, no one should feel sorry for that.
Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory. I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're going to find your sense of completion. Like many of you, I was concerned about going out into the world and doing something bigger than myself, until someone smarter than myself made me realize that there is nothing bigger than myself. Our eyes are not viewers, they're also projectors that are running a second story over the picture that we see in front of us all the time. Fear is writing that script, and the working title is I'll Never Be Enough. I'm just making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive way. You'll come up with your own style. That's part of the fun.
To make those mistakes, it costs money, it costs time, costs resources. With those being cut down at some points, and rough patches, and there's good patches, but through the rough patches, it's very rough. If you sit there and solve about it, you're wasting time. You just gotta keep going, and you gotta keep pushing through it.
Failure is awesome. That's the only way you learn. That's how you learn. Unfortunately, you have to kill a few people before you get it right. I know that sounds horrible, but that's when you look at the history of medicine and how, in the history of nursing, that's how we got things right. Majority of people in life, no one dies when they make a mistake. And so I say make the mistake, but more importantly, learn from it. And typically some of the best times in my life have been when I've really screwed up. And the people who sit there and just dwell on it and never move, I feel bad for them. But the people who can have those failures and look at themselves in the mirror and go, okay, what did I learn? Let's do something new. Let's do something different. Those are the people that you see as being very successful. When you look at any of the successful people, they've all had failures in their lives. They just didn't let that hold them back.
Find out about yourself. You got to understand yourself, and I think that's where it all starts, is understanding who you are as a person, where you come from, your background, what your beliefs are, your character. Pick something, a hobby or whatever you enjoy doing, and you start setting your own path.
At the end of the day, the world owes you nothing. Do whatever you need to do, and you have to be responsible for the choices you make. Yes, whatever happens to you, you don't have a choice on that, but you can choose your reaction and you can choose what you do next. And I think the quicker that people come to that realization, the quicker they're going to be to finding whatever success means for them and being happy.
Persevere through the harder times. You'll start creating this team. You're going to start conversing with people and working with people who are like-minded like you. And it takes years to find like-minded individuals, not just on a career, personal level, but on a deeper connection that you share with those people. Choose like-minded individuals to create that power team. And when you're all working together in sync, great things will come.
You're lost. You don't know what to do with your life. That's okay. Don't worry. If anything, lose the worry. Lose the preconceived notions that that's wrong or that's something bad. Is that okay? Yeah, go do something. But remember back, the world owes you nothing. You have to go make those opportunities happen. Go see the world from a different perspective. For me, going to Japan was an amazing opportunity. Biggest piece of advice is push yourself out of your comfort zone. Do something that you never even saw yourself doing. And if you can do that, you'll learn so much about yourself.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you. Do you have
Awesome.
anything else you'd like to say? Or?
You know what? Life is way too short to be upset. Have fun. Every morning when you get up, be happy. You choose that. You choose to be happy.